Good afternoon, folks. Thanks for all those who have been staying up on a weekend morning. It's a pleasure to have you. I have Sarvanan, who's going to kind of do a hands-off workshop. We will be moderating this session, so any questions and everything, I have kind of, I'll be helping Sarvanan as his assistant, and we'll be working through this session as a team. All right, Sarvanan, over to you.
Yeah, good morning, folks. Actually, very good morning for all. It's been a great moment for me actually to present myself in a global AI bootcamp of Singapore edition. Uh, I hope so. You also enjoy my session today. So. Uh, uh, um, I can give some important and interesting facts about our topic called the classification of images on an Azure IoT Edge using the custom vision service. Okay, so you can able to ask me questions via chat. Okay, after our entire workshop hours, and yeah, I'll be have 10 to 15 minutes of spare time. During that time we can have a chat also, so that yeah, I can address your questions. In case if we can't be able to address your if I can't be able to address your questions here due to time constraint, so you can connect me over LinkedIn, which I will post my link and later on this session actually. Okay, so uh, if anyone has any questions now, actually, you can ask me. And moreover, before I jump on to my session, actually, I want to tell actually some prerequisites are required in your local machine to start this session. Okay, as I also state to also mentioned, and in other organizers also mentioned in the session catalog about this. Yeah, one more time, I also will tell you. I hope so. Yeah, everyone can see my screen actually. So I will list out the prerequisites here. First prerequisite is you need a VS Visual Studio Code actually with C Sharp installed, better .NET Core 2.1 framework. Okay, we got 3.1 now, but we can go with 2.1, or if it's you have 3.0, it's well and good actually. And then along with this, we need Python to be installed. Python above 3.5, version about 3.5. And then actually next you need to have a free Azure account. I will have a free Azure account, but if you guys have money means actually you can go for K as you go account also actually. Okay, this for fun. Okay, yeah, free Azure account, and then at last we need a Docker desktop, which needs to be installed in your system, local system. If these things are installed means we can speed up our session, because we have some more things to see in this session, which is a somewhat a lengthy process. So I want you guys, if you have these things really installed in your system means it will be very good, and um, make our process and this workshop in a speedy manner, and at last you can have an interaction with me if you have any doubts also. Okay, throughout this session I will be explaining you where and all these softwares are required actually, and then actually what we are going to do, and then which thing we are uh, going to use on which modules also I will be explaining you actually. Okay, yeah, first of all actually I want to know actually uh, is my screen is visible to all?
Yes, Saravanan, you're all visible.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Setu. I am actually staring. Okay. Yeah, first of all, I actually daily thankful to Setu for considering me for this bootcamp and shortlisting my topic, and then actually guest of the things actually it, it's actually daily makes me happy actually to present this topic in this bootcamp at this situation. uh, Earlier I was the speaker for global AI bootcamp 10 edition at 2019. Last year due to pandemic I have been missed out the online session, and now again actually I am a speaker for the global AI bootcamp for the Singapore edition. So hope so. Thanks for the organizers, who have been really working hard for this session to be go live uh, at the backstage. So really thankful and hats off to you all guys actually. Okay, something about me actually. Okay, I am actually having 7 years of experience in information technology field, and actually I have some good hands-on experience and a good knowledge on doing IoT related stuff section, and then I also actually working from IoT for past 5 years of my career actually with various uh, modules of IoT, like starting from the gateway installation to the from cloud ingestion platform to data processing, and then to the displaying the end products to the end users in the form of an application website. Okay, so yeah, I'm actually currently working as a module lead or senior engineer in industrial IoT business unit of L&T Infotech. I really thankful my DU head Mr. Dix Sudas and my managers Ramkumar Tangavel and Ravirajan for motivating me and actually giving me a lot of inputs, and they have been a really helpful for me to learn new things in the space of IoT, because I mentioned all the key people who have been mentioned actually have some almost 15 years of experience in IoT, ML, and then actually MES platforms actually. So from them only I have learned all these things actually, and still I am learning from them actually. And then actually yeah, this is what about myself, my story. And coming back to our session, um, perform image classification on Azure IoT Edge actually. I hope so. Uh, People out here actually, most of the people might have know about Internet of Things. I hope so. Is it? Am I correct?
No response, anyone?
Okay. Okay, fine. Actually, I will go from the basic itself. Actually, first I will tell you uh, what is the Internet of Things, and then I will go in Microsoft what they're offering in Internet of Thing in the Azure platform, and then I will take you to the main topic, what is Azure IoT Edge and custom mission service, and what we are going to do in this session entirely. Okay, if you see what is meant by the Internet of Things actually, basically Internet of Things is nothing but it's a connectivity of um, lot of devices over the internet actually. Okay, lot of devices means you may ask, oh, what kind of devices? Take a simple example which we have from our past 35 years or 30 years actually. We have our ATM machines actually, I hope so. Around 25 years it might be actually. Okay, in the ATM machine, if you withdraw your money, you will get a message either your email or your through your mobile phone as in the form of text message actually. So it mentioning that how much money you have been withdrawn, from there you have been withdrawn, and how much balance you have actually. This is a simple example of an IoT, because once you insert your debit card into that machines actually, that network is capturing all your details, and accordingly it has been performing what kind of transaction you want to perform with that machine, and they are sending the inputs to you actually. Okay, this is a classic example. And then nowadays you see everywhere, you can see the internet of things actually yeah, given in an official premises. Also you can see that your coffee vending machine is a IoT enabled one actually, because from your place itself, if you order your coffee actually, they are in application, so it might be and what kind of coffee you want, like that. If you are mentioned in that means actually, you can, while before going to the coffee vending machine, your coffee might be ready there automatically actually. Okay, and then actually if you see your Fitbit, it's another classical example actually. It collects a got kind of data to be what kind of data is actually taken, and then actually regarding your health, and it can be uh, processed to your Azure on any type of cloud platform what they have. And based upon the data which they collected from your Fitbit actually, it gives you what kind of health measures you need to take care of your heart, or in one day, yeah, normally miles you can run or walk actually, like that. It can be predict your uh, daily measures actually. Okay, so these are the things actually. This is what internet of things, it's nothing but it's a connectivity of the millions of assets together via a network. And from there, once you see connect actually, that only not possible. They need the millions of data collected from this assets will be processed actually into a meaningful data, and it will be ingested into the cloud. And from the cloud actually we are getting a meaningful data to your uh, end user, to the end users, as an in the format of a web application or a mobile app actually. Okay, yeah, this is what about the internet of things. Yeah, if you have any doubt, you can raise the doubt now actually. I hope so. No one raised a question, I guess. Okay. Anyone dare to ask the question? Is any questions out there? Okay. I am moving to the next slide actually. If you see in Azure actually, what are these services were offered by Microsoft in Azure platform for Internet of Things is one primary main what are actually these services actually. If you see, it's a Azure IoT hub actually. This is one of the primary uh, service which was offered by Microsoft actually to for the IoT services in Azure platform actually. Okay, what you can ask me, what is this IoT hub, and what kind of task it will do actually? Simple. If you see this difference in architecture which is provided by Microsoft actually, if you see, we have consider a manufacturing industry actually, where we have a n number of assets. For example, we can take a DMS system actually, there we have some uh, diesel generators or the chiller plants actually, which will be which are sending millions of data per day actually. So that data actually will be collected into a IoT field gateway. Actually, what is meant by IoT field gateway? Actually, you might ask next question to me. The IoT field gateway is nothing but a hardware where we will be writing some modules of programs to get the data from the devices or assets. Okay, So these program or modules which are present in this gateway will have some IoT protocols like MQTT, AMQB, and then actually what to tell, and then TCP/IP, etc. Actually, okay, this gateway will try to ingest the data which is which they got from these devices or sensors or actuators. By using these protocols, it will try to ingest those data into this IoT hub. Actually, IoT hub will act as a gateway between your physical IoT field gateway um, and your cloud platform. Okay, once data comes actually into IoT hub, actually, what we can do with that data, actually, if you see, actually, once the data comes to your IoT hub, actually, we have lots of options to pre-process the data or process the data and make use of this data for n number of purposes, actually. Okay, if you see, for example, if I got some data from these devices, means actually I can move the data by means of stream analytics, actually. Okay, stream analytics, nothing but another Azure services where the data which is coming in IoT hub will be segregated here by means of some query languages, actually, in this stream analytics, and then only the wanted data. For example, in a pillar pattern, I want to measure only how much hydrocarbons or chlorofluorocarbons has been generated to my yeah the environment, and what is the temperature of a particular place. That kind of data only I need, means I can filter it using a query language, and I can send it to given tab as a streaming data. Okay, okay, then actually if I want, if I then there comes the cold path and the warm path. Actually, what is meant by cold path and warm path? The data which is streaming continuously actually into a one service to another service of any cloud platform or called the will have a GOM path. Actually, GOM path means actually we'll have data streaming continuously in that path, actually. Okay, but in cold path, actually, you can store your data in Azure, some storage accounts which are provided by in Azure, like Azure Data Lake, Storage Blob, and Storage Azure, actually. Okay, so these data can be slowly processed, and then it can be performed for a as a batch processing or any kind of things. But in a hot path or warm path, if you see the data which is coming from this stream analytics will be streaming continuously into this other services of Azure, like Event Tab, and then from Event Tab, actually that data will be captured in web jobs, actually, as a which is a part of an app service in Azure, and then from there, actually, it will be showcased to your end user in the form of a web application. Okay, okay, web application is fine, actually, but if I gone to do a some machine learning, or I want to show a dashboard or out of it, you are using some visualization tool, means actually once the data received here can be utilized for this purposes also. Okay, and then from there, actually, we can make use of this data for binding into document DB, and then to logic apps, etc. So based upon our needs, actually, our after our data reaches our cloud platform, we can make we can architect your solution, and you can get your needed results, actually, at the end of the uh, entire process, actually. So um, that so this architecture may vary use case by use case, actually, but these are some of the constant services we are actually using for the uh, architect for the Azure IoT as a reference one, actually. Okay, any doubts you have in anyone till now? Okay, I hope so. No one has doubt. I'm good. I am going for the next slide. Okay, now we are coming into a main topic. we are actually going to see two things in this demo. One is about Azure IoT Edge, and another thing about it, custom vision service actually. Okay, what is in my Azure IoT Edge? We have two things of things here: Azure IoT Hub you're telling, and Azure IoT Edge telling. What is what actually you're asking? Azure IoT Hub is a service actually, which is used to get the data from your devices actually. Okay, it's acts as a gateway only. But Azure IoT Edge is one of the instance which is inside in IoT Hub that which actually users to enables to the users to carry out your edge computing actually. What is my edge computing, you might ask? Edge computing is nothing but actually if you get some millions of big data and you don't want to push all the data into your cloud actually, at that point actually you can make the analysis in your device part itself about that data, and at the edge of network, uh, so that unwanted data will not be pushed into the cloud actually. Okay, so for that purpose only we are using edge computing, and Azure IoT Edge is built above it actually. Okay, next if you see here, but we if you see on both actually we have a consistency what is in IoT in the cloud and on the edge actually. In both the places you can see the consistency actually. In if you have your IoT in the cloud means actually we will be having remote monitoring and management, merging remote data from multiple IoT devices, and infinite compute and storage to train machine learning and other advanced AI tools actually. Okay, so these are the consistency points which you can be applicable to your IoT devices which are being in which are the data which are pushing into the cloud. And if you if it is on in IoT on the edge means actually if you see we can pre-process the data in the on premises itself, and I can provide some intelligence at the edge to perform um, some operations like ML, AI, and analytics, and you can perform offline operations actually for short term or long term. And we can also have a privacy of data and protection of IP as well. And then you can so yeah, and one of the important point is actually it can be need only um, low latency tight control loops which require near real time response. You will get only the real time response if you host your IoT assets on the edge actually. Okay. Okay, if you see actually, what is made is Azure IoT Edge in context. If you see, means actually we have three types of views here: the boardroom view, the supervisory view, and the local view. What is my boardroom view actually? For example, we can take our office that some data actually aggregate analysis of some applications, and some office official data has to be integrated with partners data and to our affiliation, and take system guide across enterprise function. These and all will come under the boardroom view actually. Supervisory view means actually we need to aggregate the data and alerts from, and we need to get alerts from many sites and take enterprise wide actions, manage and update IoT edge from cloud, and we need to train intelligence based on data from many sources. What is my local view then actually? It needs to send alerts and data engines to cloud, and it has to operate in offline state actually, and it should get the get data control and analytics in locally and intelligibly as well actually. Okay, next, design principles actually. How this Azure IoT Edge is designed actually? First part, secure. Then nowadays you guys know actually that security of the uh, data is more important actually. And then so all over the world many organizations are working on it actually. Okay, and if you see here, provides a secure connection to the, what is my security mentioned in this Azure IoT Edge is actually it provides a secure connection to all of your assets to ingest the data. And then it actually easily, it is very much easy to configure and update its firmware, telemetry, and monitoring of this security state of the device as well. And next one is a cloud manager. Actually we can make this Azure IoT Edge uh, actually in the Azure platform. It was a complete solution rather than actually it's just a SDK. Next, actually, if you see uh, uh, cross platforms, cross platform means actually it enables the it's not a platform independent, and it can be able to run on various platforms like Windows, Linux kind of operating systems as well. And next is the portable that enables it also used for Deuter's the edge workloads, and and also used for and it can be, and we have a deployment option like CI/CD pipelines also be created in this actually. And then if you see actually extensible, sorry, yeah, the extensible, if you see extensible means, what is mean extensible actually? It can be that this IoT edge platform can be extended to for some other advanced capabilities like AI, ML, or any other third party uh, services or instances coming actually uh, that actually this extensible of this Azure IoT Edge will be um, adapted to that things actually. Okay, okay. Till now, any doubt guys actually? Okay, media earth actually. When we say pre-processing on the edge, will this include image processing and transformation to enable ML application? Yes, it's true. We can do it actually. We can make use of cognitive services actually, which is in the Azure platform. If the cognitive services SDK is installed in an Engage solution, based upon that, if you develop your modules, it's possible to pre-process your images in your Engage actually. Okay, is this fine media actually? I hope so. It's fine. Okay. Next, if you see, thank you, media Earth. Next, you see actually concept module actually. Okay, it's an important place. Okay, there actually we can write n number of modules for your H devices for both Linux machines and as well micro the Windows machines actually. We will be seeing about this in practical in a detailed manner actually. But before that, I will give you a glimpse about it actually. What is my module image actually? Module image is nothing but actually it's a model image is nothing but is actually it's a package containing the software that defines someone. For example, if I want to um, if I have one module called temperature sensor module actually that I want to deploy it is in a manner of image means actually I need to deploy the package to a Docker actually. Okay, so from there actually I can get my image of my what to tell actually my sensor module actually sensor temperature sensor module. So we can be able to retrieve that module as an image, and we can be deployed in many places at n number of times. Okay, and if you see how much this module is important in the IoT edge device actually. Okay, because we can deploy your module in the form of image only. So this instance only running actually the computing part of an IoT edge device only actually. Okay, and then actually if it's the instance of this module will be started at the runtime of your IoT edge device itself actually. uh, And if you see how we can identify this module means, actually each module have its and separate security credentials as an identity piece actually. Okay, and then actually we have a JSON document, we have a module tin which is associated with your IoT hub, where we can see the all the state informations about your module instance, which it also includes your metadata, configurations and conditions. And moreover, you can develop this module with multiple languages, using the SDKs like C Sharp, C, Python, Java, and Node.js as well. As of now, these languages are supported. In future, more languages might be supported. Okay. Okay. What is actually Azure IoT Edge runtime? If you tell, actually, I mentioned here actually this module computation and module instances will be started by the IoT Edge runtime. What is then what is meant by actually this Azure IoT Edge runtime is nothing but it uses to maintain your Azure IoT Edge actually. For example, it will be responsible for installation and updation of your workloads on the device, and it also ensures the security of your Azure IoT Edge device. And then actually it also ensures what are the modules which are running inside your IoT Edge modules, and it also responsible for remote module held to the cloud for remote monitoring. And it also facilitates a communication between your downstream leaf devices and IoT Edge device, and between modules on the IoT Edge device and IoT Edge device to your cloud as well. This kind of entire communication process will be taken care by this Azure IoT Edge runtime actually. Okay. Then, then then next, if you see, actually it's a concept called gouting. Okay, yeah, you may be seen in our web applications itself. Actually, we have some we will configure some routing. Actually, if I click this button, it should move to next destination. The same concept only here also here actually, but it's not in the form of a button. The data which we have receiving from your Edge actually has to route to some other location by means of some then some conditions based upon the query language which can be implemented. Okay, for example, if you see this example from messages modules module, your output messages will be moved to your destination, where your sensor type should be a temp into Gocode endpoint. Actually, endpoint Gocode endpoint means actually the endpoint which is coming from any of the big devices, and this is the plot of your uh, the path of your what it will actually input device data. Okay, so based upon this routing terminology only, your devices are transferred from your physical assets to your cloud by means of Azure IoT Edge. Okay. Okay, next we have a device management actually. Okay, in case if one device was there actually, okay, I can be it can be easily actually managed actually. So if I have millions of millions of devices has to be monitored by me, or I need to actually do some configurations, or you need to do means, actually in that case what I can do for that only, we are coming across actually this concept device management. Okay, if you see in IoT Edge or a device, actually we have a device twin actually. Okay, which have some desired properties, reported properties, and some methods as well actually. Okay, which will be sending your data, configuration details, and every desired reporting properties to your the device twin, which is there in your IoT hub actually. Okay, so we need to schedule this device twin property updation, and then actually your data updation, or any type of methods if you are going to update. For example, I don't need temperature, I need some humidity data to be monitor continuously for every 2 seconds means actually that data has to be scheduled and broadcast via this device in by means of some query languages actually, so that only it is easy for us to manage each and every device in your IoT hub, which is associated with your IoT edge actually. Okay. And next, if you see actually edge device IoT edge in action. Okay, what is meant IoT edge in action actually? Okay, this only we are going to see as a detailed one. Okay, if you take first of all, we need an IoT hub to communicate with your devices actually. Okay, and first you see edge device provisioned with a light agents for scenario. Or what are the edge devices we need actually with some light agents which are being applicable for your the use cases has to be identified, and select edge node to deploy. We need to know where I need to deploy these nodes actually, and then actually we need to define some modules on edge node, for example temperature module, or for example you can take custom vision module also we have actually. Okay, we are this device twin. So we, and then after defining these things we need to have a routing for those messages which are going to be pushed to the IoT hub from this devices via some edge nodes actually, and then we need to define a module twins for some parameters has to be defined in your config files in the module twins for some module configuration. Once this is done actually, okay, this data will be pushed into your IoT hub, and then actually it will be moved to your containers actually using some dockers actually. We can need to convert this data as an image or the anything, and we need to push it into a container actually. Okay, and then from here actually we can also have some, we can also use this services of Azure to make clear that actually we can also create your or preprocess your container modules actually using these services provided here actually. Okay, and then if you see IoT device with IoT device SDK connects to a edge. Once a twin device means, yeah, this is how your module is communicating with your programming module communicating, or your IoT device co- communicating with your IoT edge device, which is already deployed in a container. Okay, yeah, this is all about IoT edge in action, and then. In terms of security, if you see, you also know it's a cross platform one, and we are using some standardized protocols like MQTT, JMQP, TCP IP, and then it's a daily available technology for all actually. And then we have a hardware root of trust, secure boot updates, secure execution environment, and protected general computing. These are the security factors which have been followed, and principles and googles which are being followed in Azure IoT Edge. Okay, if you see here, what is it's a detailed form of your that security promises actually. What is the maximum protection you can expect your device will into wrong custody actually? Okay, if you see this three are actually same IoT Edge devices with some modules like IoT Edge Security Daemon, HSM, file system, and we have a HSM and secure element and HSM. For example, if I am have a good roadblock in this system, actually, I can remove it by just telling the tag name of this data which is present in this IoT Edge actually element. Okay, and you might have asked actually what is my HSM. HSM is nothing but actually it's a hardware secure knowledge platform abstraction layer. Okay, hardware. What kind of, you might have asked actually, you are telling some for Yasser, and you are telling for a modern half an hour hardware. What kind of hardware I can use for this Azure IoT Edge? I hope some media earth also can ask me questions. How did which kind of uh, edge computing uh, data can be followed here like that actually. Okay, for the pre-processing of the edge of the image processing. For this, we need to choose first of all a device which is daily suitable for your um, use case. Okay, because I have some use case for NB IoT that that I should only LoRaWAN, and there I can use the simply that the edge gateways to push the data. So we need to understand first actually what kind of hardwares are daily useful for our use cases, and it has to be used in our use cases actually. Okay, if you see this kind of softwares, the hardwares which have the below mentioned architectures will be used for the Azure IoT Edge computations. That's Linux and Windows supported on x64 and ARM based. We should have a support for containers is a must one, and then hardware sizing dependent on workloads, and internal test on devices as well as small as Raspberry Pi with four containers on Linux actually. So the hardware which supports all the three are actually based upon our the use cases will be used for any type of TOCs or any type of correction based in implementations for your use cases. Okay. Okay, next one is a certified hardware for Azure IoT Edge. What is certify actually? Okay, we have a our website actually called catalog.azure.iotsuite.com actually, where Microsoft has been displayed each and everything on actually that what kind of software has to be, what kind of hardware has to be used for these use cases, and they are certified by us actually like that. Okay, so if you visit this website you can have some good insight about it actually. Okay, and certified certified hardware for IoT Edge, and we have some more partners and all there here actually. We are actually who have some certified IoT Edge softwares actually, the hardwares to work specifically for the Azure IoT Edge use cases. Okay, next. Okay, Vision AI Developer Kit. Now this Vision AI Developer Kit is one of the hottest cake in our market actually. If you see whether it's a kind of worker safety system, or if it's related to any some type of safety measures, for example, to as a part of traffic detection system, etc. Actually, this Vision AI Developer Kit will be handy for you guys actually. So you, yeah, you can ask me usually what we can do actually in this. Actually, we can able to create, deploy and manage all your models in the cloud and edge with Azure ML and Azure IoT Edge actually. Okay. Okay, next. So Karunan, actually, I don't want to go for the industrial use cases. I want to have some, since I was for freak about IoT, I need to test some of the uh, things in my home itself. Means actually we have some good sources actually, like we have some hardwares are mentioned here which can be used for home purposes as well actually. The Seed is an organization. Not only Seed, you can get these hardware components in any kind of e-commerce websites like Amazon, Robo.in, etc. Actually, okay. So like that also we can be able to quickly start your solution by means of this easily available hardwares for the implementation of in Azure IoT Edge use case. Okay, okay. Azure IoT Edge module marketplace. What is meant by Azure IoT Edge module marketplace? You can ask me. Azure IoT Edge module marketplace is nothing but actually it's a kind of place where all the modules of your IoT Edge has been displayed. Okay, so in this here actually you can be able to discover certified pre-built modules, and if you are a module developers, you can share your modules to this website. Once Microsoft approves your modules, it will be displayed here actually, and you also can be monetized for your modules as well. Okay, till now anyone have any doubt actually on these topics? Anyone? Okay, I hope so it's clear. So I am moving on to next topic. Next one is a custom vision actually. Okay, what is my custom vision, you might ask me? What is when by custom vision means? It's a service which is provided by Microsoft to build custom image classifiers and deploy them to your devices as containers. Okay, this only we are going to see in our today's workshop, so that you can have a good hands-on on it. And actually what we can do is to together these two services enable you to find insights from images or from any video streams without having to transfer all of the data at the first site itself. Okay, and you also see this service custom vision provides a classifier that compares an image against a trained model to generate insights and probability as well. Some of the few use cases are weight lane estimation, parking spot finder, and go traffic detection. Actually, go traffic detection means some places it will be dense traffic can be located, and some places there won't be any traffic at all. So for this use cases, it has been used to find the shortest part, which is a trafficless part, or like that and all actually. And a parking spot finder, yeah, it's a daily and major use case actually, where it is implemented in most of the shopping malls and multiplexes to get your parking spot actually as soon as possible actually. Okay, okay, now from here we are moving to our hands-on. So I request all the people here to get ready with your free Azure account, Visual Studio Code with C Sharp, and then actually Git, and then desktop Docker for desktop as well, which should be running in your Linux environment. Okay, any doubts, guys? Till now, we are now moving for the hands-on. Nice. Okay, in our hands-on, actually, first of all, we are going to perform an image classification on your. This is our workshop title. What are the steps we need to perform to classify an image on our Azure IoT Edge using the custom vision service? Okay, these three are the main pop points which are converted to hands-on, and we are going to perform this each one of the things step by step actually. Okay, first we need to deploy the IoT Edge module to a virtual Linux device, and next we need to create a IoT Edge modules for the Linux devices, and at last we are going to perform an image classification at the edge with the use of custom vision service. All three steps will be covered in this session, so kindly come with me as quick as possible. Okay, okay, we are now entering into the first just a minute. Okay, deploy your first IoT Edge module to a virtual Linux device actually. Okay, this is the first part on this hands-on workshop we are going to see. Because first, if any edge module are deployed to a virtual Linux device only, we can write the modules for your Linux devices, and then only we can perform some classification models on it based upon the custom mission service. So how we are going to do that one, we are going to see now. Okay. If you see here, uh, first of all, actually, we need to, what are the prerequisites we required for this module to be completed means actually, we need to create an IoT hub, register an IoT Edge device to your IoT hub, and then install and start the IoT Edge runtime, which we just before only we have been seen in as a theory part when we are going to perform this in our hands-on as well. And then remotely we are going to deploy a module to an IoT Edge device. Okay, once we complete all these 3 steps, actually, sorry, 4 steps, we are completing this module 1. So we are now going step by step now. Okay, first of all, I hope so you are all have a free account of your Azure portal. I already had it. If you don't have, actually, kindly create it as early as possible, so it will be easy for us to go through this session in a paced manner. Okay, I want to log into the Azure thing. This is my account. Okay, I already created actually one IoT hub. I will tell you how to create an IoT hub actually. First of all, you need to create a resource group actually. Okay, if you see here, for creating a resource group, you can create. Yeah, you need to click this subscription, yeah, which you want to go, and then actually you need to give the name of your resource group. For example, I am telling today's summit SD Summit AI Bootcamp 2021. This will be my resource group name, and region, whatever region available for you, you can, which is convenient for you, you can, nearby regions which is there for you, you can take it. And some tags which are, if you have a require, you can write it, or else no need. Okay, and you need to create. For creating this resource group, actually there won't be any charges will be applied. Okay, so you can go ahead and before that, I want to explain you the free tier of Azure portal. Okay, if you see here, you will get, once you create a free account, actually you will get 12 months free of services. Along with, you will get some rupees. If it's in India, you are actually will get a 13,300 credits actually. Okay, and same it will be, you can convert to Singapore dollar or US dollar actually. So you'll get this amount of credits, which should be utilized in 30 days of time, or which are comes on 1 year of time, or actually uh, your how much time it needs to go actually to explore Azure for 30 days. Okay, that's all. So here if you go and you can create your new portal means you can have access to this subscription. As if you see my subscription actually is a pay as you go. Since I want also using this subscription for my future purpose also, I have taken a pay as you go, but you guys actually take it as a what to tell actually your free subscription. But actually if you take pay as you go actually, you will be charged with your credit card uh, on the monthly basis of the usage of services. But while you're creating a free account also, you'll be asking for Microsoft will be asking for your credit card, but actually they won't detect any money from your credit cards or debit cards without your knowledge actually. Okay, so unless you are in free subscription, it will be safe for you guys, you won't be charged actually. Okay, next. Any doubts guys till now? 1 minute, I'm sharing my screen yeah, once again. Is it fine now? uh, is my screen is visible? Mm,
Yeah, it should be okay now.
yeah, okay, thank you Setu, thank you. Okay, I hope so. Actually, I want to detail the things for you again. Okay, if you see here, if you want to create, okay, I will do it and yeah, yeah, show you once again. These are the 4 steps actually we need to complete in our module one. The first one is we need to create a IoT hub, and next we need to register a IoT Edge device to a IoT hub, and then we need to install and start the IoT Edge runtime on your virtual device, and we need to remotely deploy a module to an IoT Edge device. And these are the 4 steps we are going to cover now in our uh, hands-on of our custom module actually. Okay, if you see for creating the IoT hub and for all these things we need a free Azure account actually. Okay, so kindly create your free Azure account using this page, azure.microsoft.com/en hyphen slash free. I am pasting the URL also here. Okay. Mm, this is the URL you want to log in, and you need to uh, opt in for your free account. And then actually you once you're done with the registration, you'll be awarded with your free subscription actually. From there you need to find your subscription means after logging into your Azure portal. Actually we need, you can see here, instead of pay as you go, you will get your free subscription Azure free credits like that. Okay, fine. Once ensure that, and then you start your hands on actually. If this part is not clear means kindly ping me, we'll have a discussion. Okay, and then if you see, and next thing we need to, as a first step, we need to create a resource group. I already have a resource group, so I am not creating it once again. For your demo point of view, I am creating a new one. Create a resource group of any name as your wish. It should be a unique one, like Summit Bootcamp 2021 SD. And then the region whichever close to you, or whichever you like, you can send, and then we can create it. Okay, once you create this, your resource group will be created. Okay, this is one way of creating the resource group, but we have PowerShell also to create your resource group. We have some Azure CLI commands actually. Okay, for example, you need to install Azure CLI also to enable the command line, uh, the command line options for your Azure based uh, SDK, so you can easily access your Azure resources or create or delete. You can do anything via your PowerShell or dash commands itself. Since I already installed this Azure CLI in my system, I am actually wants to log into my subscription. Is it login? It will ask for which account I need to go, and once you are logged into your subscription, and it will display all your subscription details here. Okay, once it is done actually, you can okay, once this is done actually, you need to type a command like this: is it group create name, any name. It's a resource group name you want to type, and any name. And if you execute this command means actually it will create another new day resource group actually. Okay, location, which location you want is US. If I click enter means it will create another resource group. So we have 2 days of what it will actually creating the resource groups actually. So one part is PowerShell, and another part is via portal. But I recommend you to go via PowerShell, so it will be easy for you. As if you are a beginner, actually, you can go via portal. Yeah, so that in a two click actually you can create everything. But my recommendation is go via PowerShell, so you can learn lot of things and lot of options will be open for you as a developer actually. Okay, so I'm not executing this command since we already created a resource group. Okay, next what we need to do, we need to create a IoT hub actually. Okay, in your PowerShell you already created one IoT hub here. Okay, so I will delete this one. I will decreate it one for you guys once again. Okay, via PowerShell. Okay, any doubt guys in creating the account actually? Anyone has any doubt? Okay, I hope so. It's clear. Once actually, if you that I hope so. That's in the same name I'm creating another IoT app. If you see here actually, one free account or one PPS account, every account will have will be allowed to create only one actually this thing. What it will the free tier of your Azure IoT Hub actually. So SQF1, it's a free tier one actually. Okay, which have some two partitions of IoT Hub, which will be created under a resource group called IoT Edge resources with a name. Hub name you need to modify here actually. Okay. You need to modify as any name you like, but I like this name. Now if I click enter, just a minute, it's running. While we creating your PowerShell, actually it will take some time to execute your commands actually. So once it is done, yeah, it will be done actually. So once it is done, our new IoT hub will be created in this resource group. Just a minute, there is some network issue, I guess. Yeah, you see here your IoT hub is created. My name is AI Summit One. Just use to. If I go here and again see it here, actually, I can see the same IoT hub here actually with the same name, and then your resource group and your pricing and tire actually. Okay, is it clear? This is how we need to create a IoT hub via PowerShell, and we have portal also. You can do it's when if you go here and click IoT hub, and if you want to create a new IoT hub, via this also we can able to create it. Just create. Wherever you go, there are two types of approaches available actually. So you can create as it is. Instead of doing this, we are executing a single command actually. That's all in PowerShell. Okay. Okay. Next, what we are going to do actually, we have created a power. Next, I need to register a IoT Edge device actually. Okay. In this, created IoT hub. So what I will do, we already created a thing. I restructuring is II submit 2021. Okay, hub name is say submit 2021. Okay, these two only will be our what this what to tell actually your command will do means actually it will just a minute. It will create an IoT Edge device from your in your newly created IoT hub actually. Okay, get pasted. See, it's getting created. Now it's created. If I go here inside and I can see some under the IoT, this automatic device management, there is option called IoT Edge. I can see this device actually. If you see means really my Edge IoT device which I created. Okay, and then if I want to retrieve the connection string of this edge device means I can take the connection string from here itself actually. If you have what kind of connection strings are available here, which will contain your shared access key and device id and which host name it has been actually belongs to, and it also contains a device id as well. It's a primary key like kind of thing for device identification in Azure IoT platform. Okay. Next, what we are going to do? Next, we are going to do deploy this IoT Edge actually. Okay, we need to deploy this IoT Edge in a what to tell by into a virtual machine which runs on Linux actually. Okay, so why I am telling you virtual machine runs on Linux actually. How we can create a virtual machine actually? See here, actually, if you have we have a see here we have a actually command here. Okay, which will tell you what how to if we execute this command in a PowerShell, it will create your virtual machine. Okay, so I am going to do via this type only. Okay, so what this command will do means it will create a virtual machine with whatever the admin password we are given, and then actually your hub name, and then your device ID, and then your it will be fetching a connection string as it is actually, and then your DNS label should be on IoT Edge. Actually, these are the parameters actually which will be created, and it will be created under a resource group called IoT Edge resources. Okay, so I am creating a VM. Okay, before this we need to get the connections to think of this IoT hub actually. Okay, so I will do that first. Okay, we will get the connection string of our IH device here, copy it and store it in one place. It will be useful for us actually in future. Okay. And then actually now you try to create a VM. Okay, there is some issue with the command. How we can troubleshoot this? Mhm. Instead of should might give might work, I guess. Wow, it's get working. It takes some time to create this VM. Okay, once a DM is created, actually we need to access this DM via SSH. Okay, and then actually thank God our command got worked, and then we need to check. What this command will do, you might ask me. Actually, it won't create actually only the this thing actually, or a game alone actually. So it will also actually creates an identity for your IoT Edge as well actually. Okay, once we create this, actually you itself can understand, because I was running another DM with the same configuration, I guess. So only it's throwing the error. Yeah, this is the VM which I created earlier. So I'm deleting this VM, so I will decreate the VM again actually. Okay. Hope so this VM got deleted. Okay, then if you see, I refresh this page, means actually you can't able to see the virtual machine under there. Okay, and then I am again trying to execute this command. Till now, you guys have any doubt actually in creating an IoT hub or anything? Yeah, if you are actually including you are a beginner, means actually you can follow the total itself actually, but practicing wise actually PowerShell will be a good thing. So actually, yeah, if the uh, the, the the people out there who are all, as I told in the beginning, who are all beginners can follow the portal itself actually. Yeah. So in portal also we can develop the things actually. Mm, I want to add a virtual machine. Get the resources, virtual machine name, can give something. Summit 2021 is fine. US2, we are going to find as in Ubuntu 1 only actually. Yeah, DS1 standard, we have all the sizes, which will choose the lowest one. You can choose that. Okay, and then we are going to use password. Username should be the same as your virtual machine name. Create it. Password should be in any of your password. Mm, and this port should be allowed actually. Review and create. It will create your virtual machine. So meanwhile, actually, once you if you are creating the virtual machine, you try to install the Docker as well as early as possible, so it will save your time actually. Okay, the Dia portal, we have created a virtual machine. Okay, so we need to access this virtual machine using our putty or any other necessary tool you have actually. Okay, here how you connect means you need to take your public IP address, and if you give it here, open, yes, submit 2021. Sorry, this is not our username. Once this is done, actually once you log in into your system, actually you need to check what is the running status of your IoT Edge actually. Okay, okay, it's not created via portal. Okay, so we are going again back to our template, and actually we are trying to deploy it. Just a minute guys, actually I'm troubleshooting one error which is occurring due to the overlapping of the IP addresses of our VM. It happens. Okay, so just a minute. Hmm, to delete all this. Okay, my virtual machine got deleted successfully, and along with this, my public IP addresses which are associated to my subscription also will get actually deleted. Because of that only this issue has been raised. So once this is done, actually we will create a VM with IoT Edge instance running actually. Okay. Once this is done, we are all set for the completion of our test module actually. Okay. If you see, once this is done actually, okay, again go back to your PowerShell and execute the command. It will take some time to create your VM with IoT Edge instance, so it takes this time. Okay, once it got completed actually, I hope so by this time you might have completed your Docker instance installation. So kindly go to your toolbar and check actually whether your Docker desktop is running in the uh, instance of your Linux instead of Windows containers. Okay, we have a switch to Windows containers like that. Actually, in that you need to check only Linux, not about the Windows containers. Okay, so yeah, our DM is now ready. It got created. Okay, so now we are actually we need to open this VM via putty. Now if you see edge resources, we have our VM and we have also public IP of our VM as well. Okay, yeah, if you click this the IP and you run it, yes, I giving whatever the username password you have been used here, like you need to give it. Actually, I used admin user and then the password. Azure user is my pass username, so we need to give it here. My password is this is my password. We will giving it here. Okay, my VM is now connected actually. Okay, now I need to check whether my edge has been deployed or not actually using the below command. sudo sudo ctl status IoT Edge. It will display the status of your machine. You are seeing a active. Our VM has been developed by using the IoT Edge instance actually, and the IoT Edge instance also is active and it's running. Next, actually, if you see what are the edge devices are there, it's there. I need to check actually. So I am giving. We have already created one edge device. We need to check whether the edge device is listing out here or not. See, edge agent is running up for your edge device actually. Okay. Next, we need to deploy a module actually. Okay. That how we need to do means go to your portal, um, and then your IoT edge. Take some time for it to give the device actually to us. Yeah. If I click this, if you see, we have a list of things actually that I need to uh, you see IoT Edge my instance, and it's running, and suspend deployment, and Edge hub is there actually. Okay, then I need to go to set modules, and here I need to check for marketplace module actually. Marketplace also we will having a simulated temperature sensor. Yeah, for testing we are choosing this module, and next actually we are the instance is running, and next we have to route actually. Okay, in the route actually, if you see, we can ignore the first one since it's a basic thing, and we need to check for the simulated temperature only. Okay, and then once it is done, we can go for review and create. It will create your, as we told, it's my device twin of my edge device, which is going to be created. Next, I am creating it. Take some time. Okay, if you see a 200, okay, only our all the instances are running here actually. Okay, and then actually we need to check whether this, now if you see, we have a one more device has been added along with this agent and simulated temperature sensor also, it's added actually. Okay, the device got increased, and then if we want to see the logs of your whether data is coming or not, actually we need to give sudo edge logs, and then your instance simulated temperature sensor force. You can see the data is coming for us actually. Okay. So now we are confirmed that we have completed our first module. We created an IoT hub, register an IoT edge device to your IoT hub, install and start the edge runtime on a virtual device, and remotely we have deployed a IoT edge device as well, and which is sending the data to us. Okay, for within this, we are actually completing the first module actually. Okay, now we are actually going for the second module actually. Okay, till now any doubts, guys? I hope so. No one has many doubts. Okay. So I am moving to the module number 2, where actually I need to, if you see here, we need to develop an IoT Edge modules for your Linux devices actually. Okay, for this actually we need to have a Docker container. I hope so. Everyone has installed your Docker container. Okay, and then actually, so we can move ahead to our listing actually. Just a minute. We need to first step, we need to create a Docker desktop and install the container engine. I hope so these steps we have been completed, and next we need to move on to the install IoT of tools in DS Code extension. For this you need to go here. You, if you go to your VS Code and view, you have a extension for or for instant things you want to install the extensions, means actually go to extensions and type C sharp, sorry, C sharp. If you click C sharp, it's already actually entered for me. I have been installed this, but for you guys, if you want, you can take it from your extensions, C sharp or Python, whatever you want, you can install it actually and make the things done actually. Okay, and then actually, if you want to see, you want apart from this, actually, we need a Azure IoT tool as well. This thing will not IoT hub. If you click this, actually, if you download this, actually, it will create all the instances which are responsible for your Azure IoT platform. Okay, so these three are important: C sharp, Python, and Azure IoT tool, which can be installed from your in extensions in your the DS code actually. Okay, and then once you give select, and if you go in, actually you can be able to see these extensions. And apart from this, you go to view command palette and you give Azure sign in. Azure sign in is there now. It will be used to connect your Azure portal to your DS code actually. Okay, this is what we are actually going to see. Once this is done, actually, we need to open our Azure IoT Hub. Okay, open a new instance of it, because I already used this one. New window I am opening. Okay, here I am going and view a command palette. Azure sign in. Okay, this is done. Okay, once I come here and see what are the Azure IoT Hub and devices I have, and actually field list unauthorized, unauthorized. Okay, Now actually if we need to showcase this, we need to check whether our thing is running or not. Yeah, it's running. Everything is running fine from the portal point of view. And then actually is that view command palette. Okay, now you actually want to once it is done actually you need to go to a command palette and search for Azure IoT hub and select your IoT hub actually. This is your subscription, and then once it is done actually you can see your subscription and IoT hub might be seen, and you can retrieve your devices here actually. Okay, and you can see what are the modules is running actually here in the form of this thing. Okay, and then actually if you see once this is done actually, okay, you need to go to your Azure portal and you need to create a container registries actually. Okay, we need to create one container registry. It should be inside your IoT Edge resources, and you can give anything. AI Summit 21 I am giving it. Okay, West US is fine. Any region we can give. And you go for a basic one. Trunking is fine, encryption tags and all fine, and we need to create a container registry actually. Okay, once these two things are done actually, okay, we need to create a project template actually. Once it is created, once this part is completed, now deployment. Okay, and then if you see here, we have access keys, we have repositories won't be created at this point. Okay, so we have access keys actually. Enable your admin user. Enable your admin user actually, and then you can able to take the username and play with anywhere actually in your what to tell actually your notepad or sticky notes, which will be useful for us in the future. Username is actually the same username. Sorry, this is the server name has to come here, and there we need to have a username. This is our password. Like this actually we created our registry now, and then we are going back to our how to create a project template actually. Okay, next we are going back to the Visual Studio Code, and then we are going for the command palette. and then we are going to now create a new project module actually. Okay, before that actually we want to check whether our all our things are created, or we have a thing, or which kind of things we have been architecture we are following and all actually. Okay, once this container registry is completed actually, go to your palette actually and give Azure IoT Edge, new IoT Edge actually. Okay, to create a project template. Here actually choose any one folder, create one folder, way better, edge data. Okay, and then select a folder. You have a edge solution. Okay, and then give a C# module. Sample module is fine. And then actually one is when we are going here, we need to change the configuration as AI submit. Take this, instead of we need to replace it with your localhost 5000. Okay, so if you see here, okay, and then your template is getting ready now. Restore has been succeeded now actually. Now actually you go to the, it will be VS Code. If you see, all our modules got created here, including a Docker file everywhere actually. Okay, and your environment module where your Docker's credentials also will be present, and your, okay, this part is actually, now actually we need to move to the, now we need to set the target, because if you have actually, if you see the target platform which I've been mentioned here is actually we need to use AMD 64. So we are setting our target platform to the AMD 64 actually. Okay, Azure IoT Edge, set default target platform authority shortcut icon left bar. We have here AMD 64. You check it. It will be setting our platform. Okay, default platform now is now changed to AMD 64. Okay, now I want to check whether my things are ready. So I am signing into my Docker. Okay, using my terminal. Now I want to keep this, replace this one with your current login server. Actually we need to repost it once again. This is the username and password. It will log into your Docker now. Fine. Container registry. This warning you can neglect actually, since it won't have any And now my login is succeeded, and then I need to go for Azure Container Registry. So which has a login hyphen ACR registry name I need to give actually. What is the registry name actually we have here? And this is our registry name. Actually, I can give it here. Now, if you see, once this part is completed, actually, we need to push our deployment. Once this Docker thing is completed, we need to push our code actually. If you see here, you have a deployment.template.json where we need to give build and push IoT Edge solution. Okay, it will take some time to push your code to your Docker, and then okay, once this codes and all pushed, you can come to know our to create a completed message here. It will ask for your uh, yeah, our codes got pushed now. Now we need to check in our container registry that whether any repository has been created or not actually. Okay, see, repository under this my 0.0a1 AMD64 module has been developed actually here. Okay, my repository got created. Next, if you see, we need to I need to push deploy the modules. These modules which we have created here now, I need to deploy these modules into my device which I created now actually. Okay, so what I will do, I need to go to my device and click create deployment for single device. Okay, and once we do that, we have a deployment here. We need to go to Edge solution config and select Edge deployment manifest. It will start our deployment of our module to our edge device. Okay, deployment has been succeeded. If I want to monitor means actually start monitoring event endpoint. Yeah, it's getting monitored. Okay, this is how actually we need to build our IoT edge device and create modules for our IoT edge device and deploy the modules to our device as well actually. See, our data is getting pushed and we are can able to see it here also. Okay, till now anyone has any doubt actually? Okay, I hope so no one has any doubt actually, so I can continue my phase. Next actually, next phase, if we are going to see about perform till now. If you see actually we are completed till develop IoT edge modules for Linux devices and develop your first IoT edge module which are these two hands-on sessions has been completed and it is successfully, and we have pushed and deployed the edge devices as well. So next we are going to see how to perform an image classification at the edge with the use of the custom vision service. Okay, so next we are going for that. before that actually you see this architecture. um, if you see this architecture actually we are capturing the insights in IoT hub actually, and we are sending the data to your custom vision service, and then we are exporting the from the custom vision service. We are exporting the data to the Visual Studio Code and the Docker, and from there it has been sent to the image classifier and camera capture modules, and then it will be deployed to our IoT Edge device, which is named as camera capture and image classifier, and this insight is once again sent to your IoT app. This is this is the flow diagram. The same thing we are now going to get implemented in this third module session. So this is our final session. So once we complete this actually, if you have any doubts or implementation, I hope so actually. I went really slow for yeah, yeah, so that you guys need to understand like that in each and every place. um, but if you have your prerequisites correctly in your place at the start of our workshop, means it will be daily helpful for you guys to follow me up actually. Okay, and then actually if you see we have a okay. Now we need to navigate to our custom vision web page, customvision.ai. Here you go, you can sign in. I already created a project there actually, so I will delete that first and I will recreate it for you guys actually. Okay, so I delete this module and I create a new project, which the same name I will give you. Classification is pay as you go. Classification multi-class single tag permanent, and it's general compact basic only. Okay, now again I am creating the project. To create a project for me, and I already downloaded some images which has to be uploaded and trained actually, so I am adding the images actually from my desktop. Discussion vision samples. Here we have samples, images, and we have a hemlock. Okay, so I am selecting all the images and opening and uploading all the 10 files. Sorry, wait, I made a mistake. Excuse me. See here, I need to select all and need to delete actually first, because I not added the tag one actually. So I am adding the files again. Hemlock, you had a tag for it as hemlock for 10 files. We are uploading, and then actually we need to come for next add images on another group actually. Open Japanese cherry. can upload the files. So I need to export the things. Done. Okay, so I got this things done. Now I need to train it. Quick training I am giving. Train to take some 10 minutes time, 5 to 8 minutes at least it will take. So once it is done, we need to export this file and then actually we need to go. Okay. Okay, till now actually anyone has because we are going to the end of the session actually now, since we have only one more step left behind actually after this iteration. So till now you guys have any issue or you've faced in any uh, di- difficulties on in implementing any of the modules means you can ask me the question. Actually we can make use of this time actually for the interactive session. Anyone there in the chat? Hello, is it clear for everyone?
I
Yes,
would
it
say so, sir.
no doubts. Okay, fine. Okay, since you guys doesn't have any doubts, actually, we need to wait for hardly for next 6 minutes as it is. So once this images got trained and exported only, we need to go for the next step actually. Okay, so okay. Hmm, if you see actually next we are going to implement this image classification in the Python module actually. So if possible we can make ready of that solution here so that it will be easy for us. Go to terminal, command palette, and then actually a new IoT Edge solution, give it, and then actually we need to create another folder, or we can create it as it is. I hope so. Okay, so I am creating a separate folder for it. Vision. So I am selecting this folder and I am changing it to some vision solution, and going to choose a Python module for this. Okay, and instead of sample module, I'm giving the name as classifier. And then here, as it is, I told, instead of this 5000, need to give our depository name actually. Okay, container registry name we need to give. Okay, we got our iteration results after the training, so we can export these values once again. Okay, so I want to take the this thing, it is step first, and then we will go and export the things. Else we will complete this and we'll come back to this. Okay, so we need to export. Since we're using a Docker, we need to have a Docker Linux operating system we have been using, and we are now exporting it. Once it got exported, kindly download this trained images actually. Okay, download. getting some time. Take a solution, take a folder, make ready of this folder here. That exported images, so that images will get extracted here once it got downloaded. Extract all, browse, and then I need to go for my exported images folder, and then I need to choose this file to extract the images. Okay, once this is done, actually once you see this extracted images, what and all data you have your Azure ML file will be there, or is a store of that theme, and you have a Docker file actually. If you open this Docker file in your notepad, you can see what are the parameters we have actually. See, these are the parameters actually we have, and these are the um, what to tell actually the directives which has to be in done actually. Okay, while we deploying a Docker file. Okay, so this is the contents we have in our exported image file which we got from custom mission service website. So now we are moving to the next one, uh, that we have a we are now creating a classifier module actually. um, Go, we can go here, and we can once give enter, to create your new classifier in environment actually. Okay, if you see a classifier module, you can have a Docker AMD 64, which is the architecture we have been choose actually, and in environment module you can see your Docker credentials as well actually. Okay, and then in module.json actually we can see which version we have been deployed as a container registry, and we have our repository address, and then the docker.amd 64 actually. Okay, and deployment JSON, if you see, it will contains all your Docker related username and passwords, and then which platform we have been using, and what is your current module actually. Okay, you see here actually we have currently two modules only, classifier and simulated temperature sensor. Next module if I create here in the deployment template.json, it will create another module. I will actually show you that also. Okay, now we are actually moving to the, now we are actually going to get the extracted data to be part of this folder. Okay, its solution, say modules, sample module, sorry, custom mission solution, modules, classifier. Inside this I need to paste this thing section. Okay, if you see here, Azure ML, we are inside a classifier, we have app Azure ML, and then actually we have a Docker file which we created, which we got from that image, and then your readme.txt actually. Okay, once this is done actually, you can go to your module.json, and we can remove all the these things, and because we are going to choose only in AMD 64 only, so we are considering that alone, and then actually you need to rename it to Docker file alone actually. Okay, so this also done, and then we have saved our changes. Next actually we need to create a module for this simulated camera. Okay, so again go to terminal, sorry, view, command palette, add IoT Edge module, and here we have actually which JSON we want. Actually, we need to take it. In that, we need to check deployment dot template dot JSON first one, and then we need to give a Python module for it, and we need to give a name as actually camera capture, and then again we need to replace it with our existing login server name we created actually. So once it is done, okay, we'll have our camera aperture folder actually. Take some time, but it will come. Yeah, we got our folder. See here in the main.py actually, we need to replace the code. Their code we need to replace, and then once it is replace is done, and we need to open our requirement.text, and we need to add a parameter called requests, and now we need to save all. You might ask me actually what is there in this main.py actually, and why are you saving this actually. This is the folder which creates your simulator images actually, camera images. Since we are not using the physical device here actually, usually we need to do it that camera which is capturing the edge images actually will give the data continuously to your registry, and from that validation will take place actually. But here we are just simulating the camera module, and we have our classifier. With the help of our classifier module, we are now going to segregate the things actually. Okay, so for this only we are actually doing this now actually. We need to test our container actually. For that, what we need to do is actually the images which we have downloaded actually have a 1 minute. um, Test of memory, we have that. Yeah, I have a test image actually. So in the test image actually, if you see, we need to copy the test image, and we need to add it in this thing. Because why actually we need to do it means actually we need to check whether the correct image classification is happening or not between the classifier and the simulated camera capture. Okay, so now go to your solution, custom vision modules. You need to go to camera capture, then we need to paste it in. Once this is done actually, we need to open the docker.amd64 file, and I need to add this line actually for building the building the purpose of these images. Add add list underscore image dot jpg. And we need to save this docker file. Give save all, it will be a better option. So it will be whatever the things we not saved, it will be saved actually. Unable to import request actually. Okay, we have a problem here actually stating that unable to import request. We need to pass this value in a pip so that you can. Okay, for this you want to know we need to install pip3. Request install, it's 2.2 I guess. Fine, I installed a pip also, and then actually I need to we need to find the pip for our what to tell actually our is it also. So to go for control shift p and select interpreter. It resolve. Yeah, we need to choose a correct interpreter actually so that it will resolve our issue. Okay, and then once it is completed actually you can see added case to the container and all we completed, and now we need to create a deployment manifest actually. So I am as I told earlier, I am going back to module.json. Not here, sorry. Where is it? Module.json. The actually I need to go for deployment.json template, and I need to go here. Um, Module section we have here actually. Okay, here if you see earlier it was only for classifier and temperature and so on. So we have a camera capture as well here. So now I don't need a simulated temperature sensor, so I am deleting it. So and then once it is done actually, and then we need to upgrade this created options as well here. Here we need to update it with our predefined one. Just a minute. Where is this section? We need to go here and we need to check for the module.json template. edit it, and then we need to take this part. Yeah, it is here. Okay, and actually I can replace this with here. Then at the bottom we have the routes for this routes. If you see, since our Capricorn did this is a route part where the data has to go and data has to perform. So this is the one, and then actually we need to save our all the things are saved actually, and then now we are ready to push our code. Okay, now we need to go to temple and again log into your Docker. Docker login, new. You need to give the username and then password. Careful in copying the password, sometimes it may fail. And then the server name. Okay, enter. Login me to our the Docker environment, and then actually it will, yeah, login is succeeded. Now I need to go to deployment.temple and I need to, as I did before, I need to build and push the IoT Edge solution for this actually. Okay, this build and push actually we are doing actually will have some three operations. What is that? It means actually it will first creates a folder actually which have all the config files actually, and it holds all the deployment manifest here actually, if you see here. Okay, and then this is a config folder which contains the value of the JSON, which has to be entered while we trying to deploy our module to our device. We need to select this and we need to um, utilize this file for the deployment manifest actually. And then if it and it runs on the Docker actually to build the container images based on the appropriate Docker file for your targeted directory actually. And then the Docker push is actually is to push your image from your push the image in repository to your container in repository actually. Okay, so these are the three steps which are widely performed in this uh, deployment operation actually. Okay, and then once this is done actually we need to deploy our modules to the device. Okay, okay, that images are mounting, the models are getting mounted and it has been pushed within some time our model, yeah, it's completed. And then we need to go to our Azure IoT Hub tab, and then I need to check for the images devices which are there and modules. If you see, we have our sample module and IoT Hub and everything is actually run. And then I need to click before that we need to check whether our series of our IoT Edge, and then then the thing is running, and then I need to go and deployment for single device, and I need to go to the config file, go to correct config file because we have two config files actually. So make sure about it. Select edge deployment manifest. Once the deployments is succeeded, you can see able to see the classifier and camera capture here actually. Okay, now go to your portal and we can also check it there also that we have our there's our IoT hub and IoT edge device, my edge device. Refresh everything once again. Now you can see all the things are running properly. Okay, and then come back here and we can able to see it here IoT edge list in our Docker environment. So we can see which are all the things are running actually, which are all running actually here. Okay, and then if you see we are came to a loss like this only, we can able to see the yeah, this is how we need to deploy and host all the image classification we can do via the IoT Edge, and this is how we can we need to create our Linux modules the IoT Edge modules for our Linux VMs, and we can create a separate li- we all the according to our module one we have created a Linux module actually, sorry, IoT agent module for your Linux VM. We have deployed, we have done an image classification, and we have actually done what is and we are also seen what are the steps involved in this entire manifest, and at last we are going to see what are the things. Yeah, IoT Edge, logs, and camera capture. Image processing is fine, and we can get the data as the start monitoring built-in events. If I give a start monitoring built-in events, actually, it will come the data like as it is. You'll get the probability as 1.0. Yeah, like this only. We need to run our things in the IoT Edge to perform our image classification. Any doubts, guys? Actually, hello. Okay, we are actually concluding this session. Uh, 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 Actually, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to perform this workshop. I accept that it's a bit lengthy workshop actually, but yeah, actually, if you want to perform some image classification on your Linux in your Azure IoT Edge using the custom vision service, means we need to follow these three modules compulsorily to do the things actually. Okay, so So actually, you actually um, try this out. Whatever we have actually seen in this session. So if you have any doubt, you can connect me via LinkedIn and you can clarify your doubt. I'm